What is up, everybody? It's your pals Juice and Ben of No Continues, and it is Pokemon's 30th birthday. It's
Mm.
Pokemon Day,
Yes, happy
everybody.
birthday. Happy birthday.
We had the big Pokemon Presents happen today, and we're here to break it all down. There's a ton we're gonna get into, and some stuff we're definitely not gonna really get into
Yeah.
that much. But
Mobile games. What?
Ben, overall, what'd you think of the presentation?
I mean, it was all right. It was one of the presentations of all time. No, but like, it's expected with Pokemon Presents. Unfortunately, they're never that great. More than half of the presentations are usually mobile games updates, and it's nothing to get super excited about. But by the end, we got some pretty big announcement that we're gonna talk about a little bit later in the
Yeah,
show. But ultimately, it was okay. I think the last announcement, two announcements, kind of saved the show, in my
yeah,
opinion. But yeah, how about you, Juice? What would you think? Actually, what do you think about the Pokemon Present?
yeah. This was a Pokemon Presents.
Yeah,
I think
it
you
was.
now. I think we know the complete formula. I
Yeah,
think if it ever strayed away from this exact way that they do it, I would be shocked. But yeah, we kind of know everything when it comes to how
yeah.
Pokemon Presents goes, and
It's
this
gonna be
is
like that every year.
every time.
It's gonna be the same format. Mobile games, updates on games, trailer on games that we already had for a couple of months, and then after maybe a announcement, a big announcement or not, or just yeah. So
Yeah, that's pretty much exactly the formula. We kind of know about that going into it, so I wasn't shocked with exactly how it was laid out. A couple weird little tidbits here and there, so we'll
yep,
definitely get into that there.
yeah,
So, um, ready to break it all down?
yep. I am.
Let's let's get into it. The opening thing was probably like the weirdest thing. This was
Yep.
probably the most unconventional part of the
Yeah.
Pokemon Presents. They announced the Game Boy Jukebox. It is a miniature Game Boy, like smaller than the actual Game Boy.
Which is weird.
Um,
I thought it
it
would have
is
been the
weird.
same size, just for convenience sake or for like form factor sake in
Yeah,
a way, but no, it's way smaller.
it's a yeah, it's like probably smaller than your phone.
Yeah.
And what you do is you put mini Game Boy cartridges in it,
Yeah.
and it plays music. Essentially, exactly the same chip tune
Yeah.
music um, that the Game Boy would produce back in the day. This is a big box. It
Yeah.
was when they actually finally showed it after the presentation. It's a huge box. It comes with 45 different Game Boy
Yeah,
replica
cartridges. Yeah.
cartridges. Each cartridge has a different song, and the way it works is, like, on the cartridge, it just has Pokemon Blue,
Yeah.
but on the back side of the cartridge, there's a picture, so when you put it in the Game Boy, it
You
shows
have
the
the
picture,
exactly.
so you kinda get what song
Exactly.
is going like, based on
Yeah.
the photo slash
But I have
picture.
a question for you, Juice, about that. Who is
Yeah.
this for? Like, who do you think is this for? Like,
I actually have no idea. I'm very unsure, You and we are Nintendo shills,
yeah,
so we always find a product for everything.
exactly.
I don't know who this Game Boy jukebox is
Yeah,
for. I can just listen to Game Boy music on my own.
yeah.
Um,
Or on Nintendo Music, or
yeah,
on YouTube. Like, I personally think it's for nobody. It's just
yeah,
a product that people are gonna buy because they're fans of Pokemon, but it's not for
yeah,
kids. Definitely, since there's 45 Game Boy cartridges, kids especially are gonna lose them. Like, there's no
yeah. Easily
way
lose them.
it is for kids, right? So I don't know. It's just a weird product overall. I love video game music. I spend 90% of my time editing or doing videos listening to video game music, and this is not for me. So I don't
Yeah,
know who this is for, honestly. Like,
yeah. A little confused about the clientele who this is
yeah,
for. They obviously put a lot of work into it. The box and the
it looks
presentation, like when you
fantastic.
actually look it up, it's really, really nice.
Yeah,
I just don't really know who this is
Yeah,
for.
and
So
we're gonna buy it because we're Nintendo shills. So
exactly. It is a nice thing to go on the shelf back there. So
exactly, exactly.
after that, we kind of get in a long stretch of things that, frankly, we just don't really care
Of
that much
course,
about. Pokemon World Championship, great. Some more Pokemon trading card news, some more
great.
Pokemon Go news, Pokemon Masters EX. I don't know anyone that plays Pokemon Masters EX. At least
Same.
with Pokemon Go and the trading cards, I know some people that buy
Yeah,
it. I know not a single
nobody that
person,
plays this game.
literally nobody.
It's probably really popular in Asia. To my like,
Yeah,
because like here, I don't know anybody that plays it, and like at first it was kind of a tease because they were showing the Game Boy games, kind of, and
yep.
then I was like, oh, it's Pokemon Masters EX. I was like, oh, you know what? The Game Boy games are coming to Switch as well. Another reveal. No, it's just Pokemon Masters EX, and I'm like, guys, nobody cares. Like, literally
Pokemon
nobody cares.
teased us a couple times with that Game Boy jukebox and this
Mm,
Pokemon
yep.
Masters EX. They were really like trying to get you to think that they were going to release Game Boy
Yeah.
Pokemon games on NSO or just in general, and they just kept like pulling
The plug.
the thing
Yeah.
away. Yeah, they just kept saying, "Nope, yeah,
We're like,
just kidding. Sorry about that.
yeah.
Stop playing with us."
Yeah. No, but they know what
I
they're
don't,
doing exactly. They're playing with
yeah, they
nostalgia.
do.
They know we're nostalgic for those games. No wonder why Fire Red and Leaf Green are on Switch too, like or on Switch. That's what it is. Playing with nostalgia.
Yeah,
They know we're gonna buy it. They know if they kind of tease us, and then in a couple of years they release it for another $30. People are gonna buy it still. So
exactly,
yeah,
exactly.
gotta keep the nostalgia
Um,
alive.
yeah. They also talked about Pokemon Cafe Remix, something I don't know
Never
anyone who
played this
plays.
game. Never
Pokemon
will play this
Sleep,
game.
Pokemon Unite,
Exactly.
the TCG Pocket. Finally, we kind of get to something you and I both actually care
Yep.
about. They announced the release month for Pokemon XD Gale of
Yes.
Darkness for Nintendo Switch Online plus expansion pass, and it's coming out in March, so in just a
In a
few
month.
weeks, like
Yeah.
really right away.
Yeah. And one thing, like I've seen a lot of people disappointed that it didn't shadow drop in the eShop, but you have to understand that Fire and Leaf Green released today. They want the consumer to buy Fire Red and Leaf Green, unfortunately. So if they release it at the same time, objectively, Gale of Darkness is a better game than Fire Red and Leaf Green, in my opinion. So it's just gonna overshadow that game personally, the dual entries. So I think that's why they
Yeah,
waited a month to release it. But
this is a great game.
mm,
This also has like a multiplayer mode where it's like Pokemon Stadium within it.
yeah,
So if this has multiplayer capability, it'd be fun to just
I'm
hop on and just
just
do like
play.
some
Yeah,
Pokemon Stadium battles. Yeah.
hmm
The models and stuff look really,
they
really
look
good in
really.
this
They,
game.
I genuinely think they not look better than modern models, but almost as, because they're more detailed, in my
They
opinion.
are more
Yeah,
outgoing for
because
sure.
we have to understand that Pokemon has been rocking the same models since the 3DS games. So the Pokemons that you see in Sword and Shield or Scarlet and Violet are the 3DS models. So they're not
Yeah.
especially super detailed, especially when it comes to the eyes. That has always been my biggest concern with newer Pokemon models, because the eyes are just PNGs at the end of the day.
Yeah.
They're not. So especially in Gale of Darkness, they're a little bit more detailed in that they have
Yeah.
more work done into them. So
Yeah. Really excited to get back in it. It's probably been like almost 20 years since
yeah,
I've played it. So really excited to try they're gonna really get back into it. Um we got another update for Pokemon Fire Red and Leaf Green. It is out today.
yep,
And essentially they just reconfirmed that Pokemon Home
yep,
integration
it's gonna be there.
is happening for Fire Red and Leaf Green. It's not out yet, but it
Yeah,
will be coming.
and it's the reason why they're separate releases instead of being on Game Boy Online,
Yes.
because
Yeah.
with save states and rewind feature, you can't really allow people to just go back in time after a trade or after capturing a Pokemon or whatever it is. You can't allow them to have that kind of control with saves and the way to go back in time. basically. So
Yeah.
unfortunately, that's why they're separate releases. I know a lot of people complain about it, but I mean, I think it's fine. What do you think, Juice? Do you think it's fine that they're $30? Like,
Yeah, it doesn't bother me.
mm,
The argument that I see people online, well, I'm just gonna emulate it. It's like, go ahead.
go
I
ahead, but you're not gonna play it if you emulate it. Let's be honest here.
like,
Everyone that shares pictures online is always the title screen. They're never
yeah,
playing the game. They just want to prove to people that they can emulate it on any device out there. We know we've
yeah,
been emulating games for the past 30 years. Like it's not a surprise that a GBA game can be emulated.
yeah,
We don't
literally,
care. I want to have home capabilities. I want to be able to trade with people I see in real life, next to me. I want that feature. And with emulation,
yeah,
you can't. And they're not real Pokemon since it's not a real copy of the game. So ultimately, that's why I will pay $30 each time. It's like,
yeah. If you haven't emulated Pokemon already,
you will never.
like you've
Like,
had 20 years to
yeah,
do
you've had
so,
to.
it's really, really simple.
Exactly.
No one thinks you're cool
And like
emulating
people
Fire
that
Red Leaf
leaves
Green. It
those
is what it is.
comments, it's embarrassing at some point. Like
Yeah,
you just
yeah,
want like I don't know what's the point of it. Everybody knows that you can emulate Pokemon. It's not I don't know, it's just
yeah.
weird for me.
Like I pay the $20
Yeah.
for Leaf Green for the convenience, so I can take it on the go, put it on
Yeah.
my TV. You know, that's for me.
And
That's
have
worth the
yeah.
$20, right?
Yeah.
On my major system. If you just want to play it, yeah, just go emulate it.
Yeah.
It's really you've had years to do it. Game Boy emulation has been perfect for like 15, 20 years
Yeah.
now. Like do whatever you want. I don't really care.
Yeah, it's
Like
like don't
no one
shit on
cares.
people that actually wants home capabilities and trading options with those games on
Yeah.
a modern hardware. That's why we pay $30. I know it might be scummy for Nintendo or for Game Freak, but at the end of the day, they have to make money. Like at the end of the day, it's a product that they're giving you. They have to make
Yeah.
money somehow. So glad to
Totally.
spend the $30.
They did announce after this the Pokemon Champions. It's coming in April. The mobile port is coming later.
Yeah.
Again, if you like Pokemon Stadium, you'll love this.
Yeah.
Um, it definitely adds, like I said in my stream this morning.
Yeah.
If you're over and you're done with a Pokemon game, it is nice that you can use those Pokemon in something else.
Yes,
So you can, if you want to use them in Champions,
you
go
can.
for it. So I
All
see
of
the
yeah.
benefit and stuff there. Um, now, how they monetize this game, that's where I'll be really
But
curious.
I thought it would have been a free game, right? Is it a free
I think it is free, but you have to rent Pokemon to battle, kind of like in Stadium, if you don't have any Pokemon.
game? Okay.
So I think there's a lot of like gotcha mechanics and
Yeah.
reload times with
But
that. So
I think because Pokemon Home is not free, right? So I think either they're
no,
going to get you with Pokemon Home or with the subscription of Pokemon Champions. Because if you have
yeah,
Pokemon Home like
yeah,
me, I've been paying it for the past 5 years. I have I have almost the complete decks of X and Y, Omega Ruby, and Sapphire inside of my Pokemon Home. Like
yeah,
all of those Pokemons can be played on Pokemon Champions, and ever since the Switch era, I've been shiny hunting like crazy. I have over like 200
yeah,
shiny Pokemons now. These can all be used in Champions, so that
yeah,
is cool to see. I'm just not a big fan of Pokemon battles in general. I think it's
yeah.
not my thing, but I think it's really cool to see, and it gives purpose to every capture that you get. So that's cool. You know?
Yeah, that's kind of my thing. It's
Yeah.
basically just if you want to use it extra, once you're done a Pokemon game, it gives you that chance.
Yeah, exactly.
Um, they did talk more about Pokemon Mega Dimensions DLC because I'm pretty sure there's more stuff coming for
Maybe.
ZA Mega
Yeah.
Dimensions DLC. I still have yet to play it. I got a lot to get into. I have a full
You haven't
weekend
played
or
the
like a
ZA?
quiet. I haven't played ZA. No.
No way.
Um, I have an empty weekend this weekend, so I think since I'm in a
You have
Pokemon
to.
mood,
You have to.
I'll probably play like I want to finish Scarlet and Violet because I never got
Ooh,
to finish that either. So it might be just like this week where I just play a
Pokemon.
bunch of
Yeah,
Pokemon to kind of just power through.
yeah.
So
Of
new
course.
Garchomp though.
Yeah,
New
new
Garchomp.
Garchomp looks cool. I just it's not my favorite Pokemon at all. So I was like, because
Yeah.
that's my problem too with Pokemon Presents is they take 3 minutes out of the presentation just to show you one Mega Evolution, and I'm like, dog,
Yeah.
come on, like just move on to the point. Just say, hey, Mega Dimension, Garchomp is coming, new Mega Evolution. Thank you. 15 seconds. Move on to the next. Like, I hate when they take like 3 or 5 minutes just for one single thing.
Saying, yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah. No, I get it.
Yeah.
Pocopia, more stuff.
Looks
There's
fun.
Rotom and stuff.
Yeah.
Pocopia looks really,
Oh,
really
amazing.
good, actually. Yeah.
And did you know?
And
Oh yeah, no, go for it. Sorry.
no, when they first showed it off, it kind of seemed
I was
like
like,
maybe there would only be like 20, 30 Pokemon that were on the island. There is a lot of
yeah,
Pokemon
there's
that
a
you can like
lot,
recruit to your
Yep.
island. Like apparently like it is like over 100.
which is
So
fantastic.
there's a
Yeah,
that's a lot. Like there's a lot of stuff that you can do in this
yeah,
game. I'm actually really impressed. This
yeah.
game looks good.
I'm excited for the game, honestly, and it comes out in like 2 weeks or like a week and a
Next week.
half. Yeah,
Yeah, next Thursday.
very excited about this game. Honestly, like I can't wait.
Yeah.
The only downside is it's a game key card. Let's be honest, that's a little bit of a
Yeah.
bummer. But look, I'm still gonna buy it. At the end of the
It
day,
looks
like,
fun.
and
This
what's
is gonna- this is a good
fun
one.
is if you buy a game, you know the feature that nobody talks about the Switch 2 is game share, or not necessarily game share, but like local play. But with this game
Yeah.
specifically, you can local play to your Switch 1, and they're gonna be able to permanently play on your island without their own copy
That's interesting. See, I
on
didn't know
Switch
that.
1. So this is
Yeah.
fantastic. That's what I heard online. I don't know if it's 100% true. People in the comments, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but that's amazing. That's
no kidding.
literally like, of course you can't play the full game. Of course you're just limited to the island, I think, or like it's kind of like a shared space. It's not necessarily your island, but still, it's fine, dude. It gives you kind of like a full game with to give to other players a generation behind. It's very cool, honestly.
Yeah. This game looks great. Which leads us to obviously the big thing,
Yeah.
which is the final
Yeah.
announcement. We did get the full reveal of Pokemon Gen 10. This will consist of the two games that were rumored, that being Pokemon Winds and Pokemon Waves. Few things to get into with this. I think the first thing is that this is Nintendo Switch 2
Exclusive.
exclusive. This is not going to be released on Switch 1. I knew some people that were really nervous about that. This will be a full-on exclusive Nintendo Switch 2 game. I think you and I are happy with that. That
Yes,
is definitely needed.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Like, there's no point of it being on Switch 1. I'm sorry, but you have to understand that if it comes out on Switch 1, it's gonna hurt the performance and the overall enjoyment of the game. If they have to cater to two audiences, especially with a console that has been out for 8 or 9 years, super underpowered console to modern standards, it's going to hurt the game overall. It's going to hurt the overall experience of the game. It's going to make it so it's always going to be 1 or 2 generation behind. Now that it's a Switch 2 exclusive, the game is going to be more impressive. There's going to be a bigger world, probably more Pokemon, better mechanics, better frame rate, better resolution. It's going to look better. So I am extremely happy of it being on Switch 2, only being an exclusive. But how about you, Juice? What do you think about it being only on Switch 2?
Yeah, I'm really this needed to happen.
Yeah.
I've recently seen a lot of people online who are angry that Pocopia and then Winds and Waves are a Switch 2 exclusive. And you can definitely tell that these people are either new to gaming or don't understand how console generations work, because they said, well, now I have to buy a whole new console.
But
I don't
that's
understand that.
always been the
Yet,
case.
That's how it's always
Yeah.
been. I'm sorry that your system from 2017
Doesn't
will
work anymore.
pretty much come to an
Yeah.
end. I'm
Like,
sorry.
it's almost 10 years. I don't understand people that thinks like this. Like,
Yeah.
man, like, I went to pick up my copy of Resident Evil Requiem today, and there was a guy there waiting. Oh man, I can't believe like Avatar, the new game, doesn't run well on my Xbox One S. You know, they do it on purpose. They don't do it on purpose. The console cannot run it anymore. That's the only thing. Like, at some point when it's been 10 years, the console won't be able to run modern games. And it is what it is.
I don't understand. Like, when your phone is up after 3 years and you notice that it's not running well,
Yeah.
do you just go, well, this is how they get you?
Yeah.
Do you just not get a new phone from your
Yeah.
provider? Like, eventually technology runs out.
Exactly.
If your toaster is from 2020 and you're noticing after 5 years, man, this thing is not cooking the bread as good as I
Yeah.
hoped for. This isn't like, you don't just go, well, that's them. Screw it. That's just how
That's what it is.
things
Yeah.
work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not
I'm
everything is meant to
very
last forever. Like,
forever.
people break,
Yeah.
the things break. Like, especially electronic, over time they get less performant. They they might break. Like, man, I don't understand. I just don't understand.
Yeah. It's really weird. I've seen some weird stuff online where they just don't get it or they refuse to get it.
And it's
That's
probably the
is, but
reason why Legend Z looks so rough, because it was catering to two
oh yeah.
audiences. That's why.
Yeah, for
Because
sure.
they didn't have a choice to do it like that for it to run on Switch 1. Like,
Yeah,
the
for
window,
sure.
the image quality, everything. That's why, like, you guys have to understand. But there's never going to be enough pleasing for everyone, you know? Everyone's gonna find a way to argue. Someone's gonna find a way to just shit on a product, even though it's the most perfect product out there. You know, it's never gonna cater to everyone, unfortunately. But yeah.
Yeah. But there are a couple things to note with this game.
Yeah.
I think it's fair to say that because it is a Switch 2 exclusive, it does look a lot better.
Looks a lot better, yes.
It looks a lot better than Scarlet and Violet. Like, this is a step up.
Oh
The
yeah.
water physics look really,
Oh my
really nice.
god. I was
It
so surprised. Like, I even paused. I was watching the stream and I paused. I was like, wait, the water physics looks so cool. Like, the waves
Yeah.
and stuff, they looked great. Well, whatever. Go
Yeah.
ahead. Continue with your point. Sorry.
crisp water.
Yeah,
It
it's a
looks,
crisp
you
water.
know, it just looks real nice.
The guy from
Um,
Miiverse would be impressed, you know?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Obviously, because it's called Pokemon Winds and Waves, there's definitely a big emphasis on there will be, from the understanding,
Yeah.
underwater and water traversal and air
Aerial
traversal,
traversal, yes.
depending
Yeah.
what you get. A lot of islands. It seems like this region is based off of most likely Australia, New Zealand, somewhere in these
But
like Mediterranean island
yeah,
type areas.
it reminded me a lot of a lowland region in a way.
Yeah, sort of like the
Yeah,
Hawaiian vibe too.
because
Yeah.
because it was kind of like tropical in a way, a lot. But I'm not really a big geographic guy, so
Yeah, I think this is a lot of like southern hemisphere
Yeah,
islands. Think
yeah.
of things like Madagascar, New England, or
Yes.
England, sorry. This
Def-
sort of lower tropical
yeah,
area.
definitely
kind of
tropical.
off-
That's what I was gonna say. Yeah.
We got to take a look at our starters. We got our first
Ooh,
look at
the
them.
starters
we
look
got-
so good.
Yeah, this is all three to me actually look really
Yep.
solid. This is the first time where I think design wise, there's not like, for me personally, a clear cut. The internet will tell you otherwise, but we got the grass type Brout, the fire type Pombon,
Yeah.
and the water type Gekuya. Which are you going with? What
I'm going
starter are
with-
you going with?
I'm calling it Gekka because I don't know, but I'm going with the water type. It looks so good. This is by far one of my favorite starter design of all time. It looks fantastic. I was a fan of the I have a blank in my memory right now, but the sword and shield era starters.
Like Sobble?
Yeah, Sobble, Fuecoco, not Fuecoco, but Sobble, the little monkey, and
Grookey.
yeah, Grookey and
the
Score Bunny.
monkey.
I love them.
Yeah.
People hated them at the end of the day, but for me, I thought they looked cute enough. Especially in Scarlet and Violet as well. Spirigato, Fuecoco, and Quaxley.
Yep.
I didn't like Quaxley and Fuecoco, but I love Spirigato. You know, I I, I have a
Tito,
cat. You
yeah,
know,
yeah,
so
little cats.
I'm a big fan of cats. You know, so and especially the last evolution was fantastic. You know, the kind of like magician cat. You know,
The masquerade type,
yeah, it
yeah.
looked really good. I will say I love all three designs. I'm not a big fan of Brout. You know, he kind of looks like a mix between Grookey and you know, the owl Pokemon.
Rowlet.
Growlithe, yeah, Rowlet.
Rowlet.
With big brows, you know, but it's funny. I feel like they went overboard with their design. They went really creative instead of always playing it
Yeah.
safe for starter Pokemons, which I'm really happy to see. But yeah, I'm definitely going with the Gekka. Is that the name?
That's what I'm calling
Yeah.
Gekwa. Yeah.
What's your?
I'm assuming it's like Gecko and Aqua.
Yeah,
Like
but it
that's
looks
probably
good.
what it is. Yeah.
Which one are you picking, Juice? In terms of
It's
starters,
really tough.
yeah,
Pombon seems to be the
Pompon look.
looks really good. I like Sprout. I like the
You like
angry
Brown, eh?
brows. I don't know why.
But
All
he's
three of them are
cute.
tough.
They're all cute.
They're all tough.
I'm
Yeah.
look, for the first time ever, I think the fire type is definitely going to be our girlfriend's favorite. I don't know about you, but
Yeah, yeah. Yeah,
the
my
little
wife's
dog
really excited.
kind of like
Yeah.
creature looks really cute. So I'm pretty sure that's going to be my girlfriend's favorite. Usually she's more into like grass type or water types, especially when it comes to starters. But yeah.
Yeah, I thought all three starter designs were really
Yeah.
good this time around. I thought they did really well. Um, there's some interesting Pikachu. There's Mr. Windy Chew. That is the tan Pikachu from the beginning. And
But
Miss Wavy Chew. I don't know if that's his
is
wife, but
is that
she's
real? Is that a real thing?
that's real. That is
No
their
way. I thought
actual
they were
name.
just shiny Pikachu's because they're orange.
No, they have little outfits on. But yeah, one
Oh
is
my.
called Mr. Windy Chew, and one is called Mrs. Wavy Chew.
There's no
It's
way.
yeah,
There's no way.
yeah. So they have names. Those two Pikachu at the beginning of the trailer, they have names. Um,
Okay.
um, obviously the big talking point about this game reveal is that Wind and Waves are not coming out in
Yeah.
2026. They are being released in
Mm,
2027. That was a big curveball. This will be one of the longest periods we've had
yeah,
between
without a Pokemon
generations for
game, yeah.
Pokemon, and I'm actually okay with it. I'm okay waiting for some extra
Yeah.
polish for these games.
But that's the thing too. At first I was kind of disappointed, you know, 2026 I thought would be the year for Gen 10. But the more and more I thought about it, the more I started to realize that the more time they take, the better polished the game will be. So
Yeah.
that's why I'm actually okay with it. Of course, it's gonna be kind of long to not have another Pokemon games next year, this year actually, but we get Pokopia, so I'm probably sure it's gonna keep me waiting.
Yeah.
It's gonna keep me occupied. I think it's gonna be a great game, kind of like an Animal Crossing style game. So we'll have to see. But yeah, no, I'm okay with it being in 2027. At first, I was really disappointed, but now I'm okay with it. I think it's a great idea.
Yeah, I think the Pokemon Company's hope is that Pokopia and Pokemon Champions will kind of keep you
Yeah,
at least somewhat satisfied until 2027. Now, the question is this like a first half 2027, or most likely, is this going to be a holiday
yeah, because
2027? And
we
I
all
think
know
it's
holidays
holiday.
sells games. You know, that's the best
Yeah,
time of year. So I think it's gonna release pretty much the same time the Switch 2 came out. You know,
like in June
yeah,
there.
in June,
Yeah,
because there's an initial wave of sales and then it goes down a little bit, and then
in the
Christmas it
holidays.
goes back up. You know, I think that's gonna be
Yeah,
it, but we'll have to see. You know, we have.
yeah. I
I'm
think
curious to know more. Of course, like I want to know what the winds and waves and mechanics are. Of course, there's gonna be underwater segments and aerial segments, like you mentioned, but I really want to know how creative they get with it. You know.
yeah.
So
Yeah, I think at minimum it's going to be the second half of
Oh, of course.
2027.
Yes.
So anytime
Absolutely.
between June and December, I can't imagine it comes out within 12 months.
No.
So we'll see how it goes. I think they took the criticism from Scarlet and Violet to heart. You know, those
Yes.
games, they just weren't optimized. They
Oh,
didn't look
and
great. Um,
even now they're not really
so
optimized. Even with the
yeah,
Switch 2 patch, they
on Switch
still
2, they do run better. They
but
do run the way that they were
yeah,
supposed to, but that's not good
but
enough
they're
in my
empty.
opinion.
You know, that's the problem.
Yeah,
They're empty. You know, they were rushed. There's no like indoors environment for some reason. It's all PNGs. It's really
yeah,
weird. Like the core gameplay is
it is.
fun, but you have to like I don't want to explain it, but you have to sacrifice so much of an actual enjoyment of a game to actually enjoy your experience with the game. I don't want to explain it, but it's just there's so much you
It is.
sacrifice for, you know, just being able to play a Pokemon game.
It is true. Like, there's no Pokemon Center really. You just kind of go up to a stand,
Yeah.
and it is very lifeless
Yeah.
in comparison to what Pokemon is kind of known for.
Yeah.
Heck, even I've already started a playthrough of Pokemon Leaf Green.
Ooh.
Boonzo is my rival
Boonzo
in
is
the
your
game.
rival.
So
Hey, yo. All
he's my
right.
rival in the game,
I
you
gotta
know.
step up,
So
you know? Does he have that fit though? Yo, yo.
yeah. But even just the first little bit, it's so creative. It's so
Yes.
whimsical.
And it's a
And yeah,
remake. It's
in
a remake. Like,
Scarlet and Violet, things just feel very flat.
yeah.
So I'm really hoping for Winds and Waves, the creativity kind of
Yeah.
shines through. And I guess we'll see how it is in 2027.
7, yeah. But
Um,
one thing I will give Scarlet and Violet is the creativity when it comes to Pokemon designs. I think they went
this is true.
all out with Pokemon designs, especially like Cereal Edge or like the Scoville, you know, the little like bell peppers, like it's a grass
Yeah.
and fire type. They went really all out. I think
Yeah.
that was my favorite Pokemon exclusivity generation in a way, in terms of
Yeah.
Pokemon designs. I loved Galar, but Galar was better
Yeah.
with the region exclusive than the actual, you know, not the region exclusive, but the region variant than the region exclusives. But Scar and Violet, man, I was really surprised with the Pokemon design. So hopefully this one has better design. I wish they would have shown us maybe like a new Pokemon other than the three
Yeah.
starters,
Starters. Yeah.
because we know there's new Pokemon coming, at least 100. So
At least 100.
yeah,
I mean, you're probably right. They
yeah,
always
it's always 100 or some a little bit more, you know.
Yeah. You can definitely make it work with
Yeah.
100. So, but yeah, that was the Pokemon Presents.
Yep.
Obviously, pretty much a lot of stuff that we
Yep.
already knew about. But it'll be interesting to see Winds and Waves in 2027. We got a wait to go.
Yeah,
But overall, Ben, how would you rate the Pokemon Presents?
I would rate it a 6 out of 10. It was all right. It was one of the directs of all time.
I'm also in the 6
How
out of
about
10
yeah,
spot.
6 out of 10 for you too. Yeah, that's the thing. It was okay.
It's fine.
Winds and Waves were surprising. Everything else we kind of knew about, so it was like that.
Well, that's Pokemon Day, everybody.
Yeah.
Pokemon turns 30 this year, just like me. We both turned
Oh my
30.
god,
Oh,
old
boy.
Unk.
Old. I know it's crazy to think, but
But Juice, before we leave everyone for today, I had a question for you. Speaking of Fire Red and Leaf Green, I know you started it, but how does it stand up to the original? Have you played the original? And what do you think about the kind of like re-release on Switch?
I played Fire Red originally, so over about 20 years
Yeah.
ago. I still think it's great. I think people are definitely going to be in for a surprise when it comes to the mechanics.
Yeah.
A lot of different things. There's no really like an EXP share that's similar to
that's
what is in current
yeah.
games. Learning new moves is a lot more tedious.
Yeah.
If you want to forget moves, you actually have to go see someone.
Yeah.
You can't forget HMs. There's,
Of course.
and stuff like that. So the game is definitely going to be a lot more eye-opening for people that have never played Pokemon this far back.
Yeah.
but I like it because it is a more difficult Pokemon experience than anything we've had in the
Yeah,
last 15 years.
and it's grindy
These games are
too.
kind of tough.
Yeah. And like
Like,
let's be honest, you have to spend hours just grinding your Pokemon. There's no like
yeah,
that's the thing. That's what I like about old school Pokemon is actually you have to take time to build out your team instead of just,
yep,
having EXP share and just using one Pokemon that has every move available to your arsenal. So, yeah.
exactly. No, it's yeah, I think it holds up really well. I wanted the convenience of taking it wherever, whether that be work,
Yeah.
whether that be, from one TV to another or my monitor, whatever
Exactly.
it may be. So I'm okay paying the premium.
Same.
What about you, Ben? Did you buy Pokemon Fire Red or Leaf Green? What do you think?
I bought Fire Red because one of my great friend actually gifted me his copy of Leaf Green a couple of years ago. And I grew up with them, but I wasn't really into them that much. I loved the originals, but I didn't really like Fire Red and Leaf Green because I thought they were the same. And back then I was just more into the Game Boy games or Ruby and Sapphire than the Fire Red and Leaf Green. I finished
Yeah,
them back in the day for sure. I just don't have my original copy. I decided to go with Fire Red because of Arcanine, because I want to make a playthrough
true.
of Arcanine. I haven't tried it that yet, so. But what I want to do is buy Leaf Green for my girlfriend as well, so we can play Resident Evil tonight and Pokemon as well together. So we'll have to see. We're gonna do kind of like a joint gameplay or kind of joint sessions where we both play
Yeah.
together. We'll have to see. Uh, Funny enough, I've heard some people actually online complain about the. I'll repeat that. I've heard people online complaining about the fact that there's no visual filters, so they requested a refund from Nintendo, and I'm like, what? Like,
Yeah, it's just a
what?
Game Boy port.
It's a Game Boy
Like,
game. Like, of course,
yeah,
people are like, oh, we need CRT filters. That wasn't on a CRT. That was a handheld
no.
device. Like,
Yeah, it never had a
it
CRT
never
filter.
had a
Yeah,
CRT filter. Of course, the screens were not as crisp as what it is right now, but they look pretty similar. Like they look pretty the same. Like I don't understand why people are complaining about visual filters and then they get refund. Like people are gonna complain for anything these days. Like
yeah,
let's be honest here. They're just gonna be like, oh, give me a reason to complain online. Boop. Like so.
exactly.
No, but ultimately, I'm excited that they're out. I think it's cool to have classic Pokemon on Switch. Hopefully, we
Yeah.
get the Soul Silver and
Heart Gold.
Hard Gold on Switch as well soon. But yeah, that's it. That's it.
Yeah, I'm gonna be playing through it this weekend. I
Yep.
gotta try to finish Scarlet and Violet because
Yep.
I'm in a Pokemon mood. So I'll be grinding all week.
You be Pokemon it all week, bro.
Exactly.
Playing the Pokemons.
But that'll wrap it up here for us at No Continues Talking Pokemon. We'll be back real soon with a
Yep.
brand new episode talking all about video game news as
Yeah.
usual. We'll see you guys in the next
Next time.
one.
Bye
Bye bye.
bye.